Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs Major General Kahinda Otafiire appeared before the Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee to explain the 3 bills that were recently tabled in Parliament that seek to amend the 3 electoral laws.
Clause 3 seeks to amend Section 2.2 of the Presidential Elections Act 35 to revise the facilitation provided by the Electoral Commission to a candidate as a contribution by the state towards the election activities of that candidate.
The laws up for amendment: the Presidential Elections Act, the Parliamentary Elections Act, and the Electoral Commission Act. At the beginning, there was a stalemate when the lawmakers argued that there was not much time left to thoroughly debate the bills since the 2016 general elections were now less than 6 months away.
With the time left, with all the circumstances, we must proceed and consider the bills.
There is nothing urgent about them. They will not affect this election in any way.
Committee Chairman Stephen Tashobia called for a break to allow members consult further to read consensus. But the majority took the day, with the MPs arguing that they could still consider the proposed amendments in the bills. One of the proposed amendments in the Presidential Elections Bill is that presidential aspirants pay 20 million up from 8 million as nomination fees. Some lawmakers argued that the fee should be paid before the aspirants pick nomination forms.
If we say you pay 100 million shillings as nomination fee, and 80 million shillings, which is 80% of it, is refundable to you on participation and completion of the exercise, that would be reasonable. Jokers would certainly not be running to the Electoral Commission to catch the attention of the press.
Others argue that the Electoral Commission should vet presidential aspirants before giving them nomination forms.
Not for jokers who just come to show off and attract media attention. We want to hype the game by making sure he or she who wants to be a presidential candidate must be capable, one, to sponsor and run his or her campaign if he is coming on an independent ticket. We don't want to expect government to be sponsoring candidates who are running in offices.
Over 40 aspirants have picked nomination forms to vie for the presidency in 2016. But according to the Electoral Commission, many of them were mere jokers wasting time and the Commissioner's resources. A number of MPs also rejected the proposal to cut back the close of voting time to 4 p.m. from 5 p.m. Cabinet had proposed that voting begins at 7 a.m. and close at 4 p.m.
We have seen electoral materials reaching a polling station at 9 at 10. And yet the law provides for voting from 7 o'clock. So it would be disenfranchising those particular voters where electoral materials will reach late.
Perhaps not surprisingly, the proposal to raise the nomination fees from 200 to 1 million for MPs also attracted heated debate.
You give to a candidate to be nominated. Put it to 3 million. Why leave it to 1 million?
It should even be more than 1 million. To reduce this money from 200 to 100,000 so that many Ugandans can come on board.
On the mode of voting for MPs representing people with disabilities, the members called for a regional voting system instead of the current system where candidates have to campaign across the country.
It is not there, so we need to amend, and every member of parliament is demarcated a constituency. You are given a constituency. When I'm looking for votes, he has already told you I go to the other regions. When I sit in parliament, the other regions are asking, when are you coming to us?
Justice Minister Major General Kahinda Otafiire welcomed the MP's proposals and pledged to return for more deliberations. The committee will sit again Friday and continue discussions throughout the weekend until they are done with the 3 bills. Maurice Ochol, NTV at Parliament.